As of today, many people practice the getting things done and being more efficient with our time, be it with standard processes such as Scrum or personal processes such as Inbox Zero, getting things done, and just being more efficient with time boxing. There are so many gurus today who are trying to make you more efficient and more focused on your time. The question is, what is the result and what is the trade-off that we are replacing? Whether we are just getting better, more happy and having more leisure time, or we are getting more performant, we are getting more things done, but we also get less leisure time because we now treat leisure time as something which should not be done. We are not doing anything in the leisure time. And whether the work quality is progressing forward or backward, because let's take two people. One person is time boxing his small task into 1 hour time box, and another is not time boxing it. Who would do a better job, you think? Who would take shortcuts? Let's take, for example, creativity. What do you think? If you're more organized and you have everything scheduled for your day, are you going to be more creative or less? I'm just imposing these questions in order to open our minds. There could be, of course, people who will take it one way or another, but I think it's also important not only to focus on time management and being more efficient with your time and knowing when to check your mail and scheduling all the tasks the night before for the day and being more performant, but also taking into account what is the effect. Especially take into account that today with the current modern world capitalism, we are much more efficient than in the past. And taking into account we are today much more efficient, how come if you take most knowledge workers, you would see that they work like much more than in the past? Shouldn't the technology help us? So you could say that yes, the technology should help us, but a technology that I can check my mail at home after work is not really helping me. I would say this is only one part of the whole thing. This is one part of time management. This is one part of Scrum. This whole gets into its time boxes, everything. The getting things done, the cleaning the inbox, the scheduling the tasks, the time boxing, and all the gurus that try to make you be more efficient. Because what happens when you're more efficient, when you finish a task, what would happen? You would get a new task. So it's like a rat in a rat race trying to get more efficient, but once he is more efficient, it's not that he now has more leisure time. He would simply have more tasks and more things to do and would even multitask more. So you should convince me that time management actually helps knowledge workers. This all even becomes more extreme with all the gig economy and all the freelancing and all this insecure employments, because once you have such stages of insecure employments on all the freelancing and all the gig economy, they compete one with another. And once they compete, the one who is more efficient will succeed better. So they all need to start the rat race and start racing one another. There is no control over this. It's a one-way highway. So highly efficient people, is it really good for them? All these to-do lists, all these long-term goals that you focus on, once you focus on them, they all the time nag you on the head and you think, oh, I need to achieve this. This is perfectly fine. You as a worker, of course, should achieve the long-term goals. I'm just trying to explore whether there are alternatives, more than alternatives. I'm only opening the questions to investigate. Whether Scrum, long-term goals, efficiency, time management, time boxing, organizing your tasks is the right way to go. How come with the current modern capitalism, most workers work more and not less? It just doesn't make sense. If we are so smart, okay, we are so smart, we achieved so much. One thing we did not achieve, I think, as a society is the leisure time. The thing that everyone wants. This thing that everyone works so hard for. This is the thing that people don't really achieve. They either watch Netflix or so we ask whether actually being more efficient is another way of procrastination. And you're even getting less done by trying to get more things done. So all this self-help, all this pressure Inbox Zero, WhatsApp calendars to do gurus that try to make you more efficient might be achieving the reverse thing. And indeed, many people who try to follow the track of better time management and getting things done and Inbox Zero and being more efficient and Scrum and long-term goals and writing down the tasks the evening before are just overwhelmed with the amount of work that they need to do. This is why they go to this route. And many of them, the problem is not really solved by all this time management. The problem is not solved because it cannot be solved this way. Because in most cases, once you go down this track, the only thing that would happen is that you would need to even multitask more. So again, I'm imposing this question for all of us to think and try to think of how come. Because time is finite, okay? Time is finite. Capitalism helps us to get more of our time. However, we all feel we get less of our time. So we go to the gurus, and the gurus tell us, you need to time box, you need to make a priority list, you need to answer emails twice a day, you need to do this and do that. And what is the end result? The end result, in most cases, is people that are more pressure, are procrastinating with the task, with the time boxing, and are not really more happy. They may be more productive. Yes, they may be more productive, but this is not the point. The question is whether they achieve their real goals in life, okay? Whether they are only getting into the zone, but do they achieve the more things in life? So I'm not going to propose an answer, because proposing an answer would be like a recursion of trying to make you more productive and separate the things. I just wanted to impose these questions because I also need to think about it and think about the possible answers. Some possible answers that I could think of is starting with leisure, starting with understanding what you really want to do in your leisure time. Start from there. Then understand what do we need to do to support this, and not the other way around. Do not start with the efficiency. This is at least one direction. Do not start with the efficiency. Do not start with the productivity, but start with the leisure time. Okay, so I hope this was interesting. I think this was very interesting. And all the gurus today that are trying to focus on the focused time management, getting things done, I'm not sure what is the end result of this. Let's all think about it, and see you next time.